Hey everyone, Caligold here again. Just some final thoughts on Diablo 4. We're pretty much ending the beta coming up here tomorrow, but I don't want to do too much in the beta because I just want to leave that for when the game launches. It's not going to launch too far from now. My overall enjoyment and what you're seeing right here is early levels on the Necromancer, which is definitely, I believe, the strongest class and good starter class for solo play. I believe that's what I'm going to be doing. Using it for solo play initially to farm a bunch of stuff and to make things easier on the other classes. It looks like right now the Barbarian, which we know they're going to buff, probably is going to be the best support, I think, with the war cries and all that kind of stuff. So I'll be probably working into that Barbarian at some point for group play. This game is more now, a little bit more MMO-ish, so I do believe later on we will be doing a lot more group play. We'll be doing solo play through stories and acts and stuff like that. But it's I think a lot of stuff is going to eventually just serve to do group play, for better or for worse. So that's just how the game is set up right now. For that, as far as we know, again, they're only letting us do like level up to level 25. We don't know how the paragons are going to go. There's a lot more min-maxing to do in the future. So far, generally speaking, I am happy with how the game is set up, knowing what we know and knowing what we don't know that's coming. I'm generally speaking happy. I know there's a lot of people very critical on a number of fronts. Class balance, I mean, seriously, you really think these classes are going to play like this throughout the life cycle of your play on the game? Some are going to be strong early, then some will be weak early but stronger later. We already found that out about the Barbarian. That was their intent with it. And so but classes, the thing I do feel is missing there. We need more classes already. I could see we need more classes in the future. I think that's understood. There's no Crusader, so hopefully they add that in the future, and you can pretty much count on spending money for that, of course. You know how that goes. The biggest problem in Diablo 4 is really the performance issues, the lag out in the open world. The game at many points is almost unplayable. Almost unplayable. They cannot launch the game like that. They could launch a game and then just millions of people want to play, so there's queues to get in. That can be potentially understandable. But once you're in, this game should run smooth. So that's what they need to take care of. I actually believe that it wouldn't be a bad idea if they had another weekend of play to test out a bunch of changes that they hopefully are making to the game. Another weekend of play to where we could help stress test the system and do a bunch of stuff. But that said, these 2 weekends we had is by far enough. It's enough for me to get the gameplay in. So this beta period is plenty of time to go and find out if you really like this game. The open beta was very nice for them to do that. If you haven't bought in the game yet, you can now make a decision. Assume they're going to fix all the lag issues and stuff like that. We're just going to have to make that assumption. I hope they do. So I believe that on a higher level, the big question for me after playing the beta is, so how do you feel? How do you feel about this game? When it launches in June, are you really going to be excited about playing it? My answer is yes. And there's 2 reasons for that. One, I like the way the game is set up. I like it. It's not overdone like Path of Exile. To me, Path of Exile is just overdone. And I know there's always people that say, no, Path of Exile's too easy. It's so easy. It's so easy. Okay, fine. Go sit in a corner and put a dunce cap on. It's not... PoE, to me, is just too complicated, especially if you haven't played through all the leagues over the years. So I think it just sits right nicely there as something that a casual player can play, but there's going to be plenty in the future for min-maxing as well. So that's one reason. Another reason why I'm looking forward to it is because in the beta, like every beta I play, every alpha I play, we know in the back of our mind, we know this is going to be a wipe. So everything I do here in this beta is going away. And that actually has a dramatic effect on me for my gameplay, knowing that whatever I get, anything good I get, all the stuff I do, all the potions I make, the elixirs, they all go away. That makes a big difference to me, and it makes it to where during my beta play, I'm actually I just not that excited because I know we don't have persistency. When the game launches, I know everything you do is forever. Everything you do is forever. Everything you do serves your player. Everything you do serves your character. Everything you do serves your account. I love all the account-wide stuff in this game. Do stuff, and it helps your account. So even there, you can see I got 5 potions now. That's part of the renown system. So that all characters get that. So you do it on the Necro, and then you come back later and make, let's say, a Barb. It's going to have the 5 potion slots. Yes, I know. They do. A Barb is in a very weird place early game. They're going to have to do something about it, even though they say it's going to be strong later because you have 4 weapon slots. Understood. But generally speaking, I am happy with this. I think that we are going to have a huge hype when this game launches, when everyone knows that we are going to have persistency. I am concerned about a few things, of course, when it comes to open world stuff. I didn't do any world boss or anything like that. I don't even know where they are and what they did or showed up or anything like that because I literally don't care. I don't do world bosses, and I hope there's no unique gear that comes from world bosses because I just don't give a crap about them. And that's probably because I played BDO a long time ago, and world bosses are the worst thing I've ever seen. The game has a lot of dungeons. So there's a lot of repeatables in those dungeons. So you'll be doing a lot of dungeons, but a lot of them are going to feel the same. But still, the instance content, getting into instances, in my opinion, is the best part of this game. You can go alone, or you go in with your party. There is no dungeon finder in this game like you would see in like Diablo Immortal. When you get to the dungeon entrance, it's probably good. So it keeps it coming back a little bit from being more that MMO-ish thing. We haven't seen how the mounts work and stuff like that, but that's probably going to be very helpful to get from point A to point B. I think the story's pretty good. The story content has been good so far. So on the whole, I am looking forward to this game. And I know a lot of the people during my live streams, we talk about the same thing. We talk about our complaints. This is wrong. This is bad. This is bland. But all of them at the end saying, yeah, I'm looking forward to launch. Looking forward to launch. So the classes, to me, classes are everything in a game. The Necro is looking to me like it's the best to start with, solo play, unless they change anything going into between now and launch. I don't think they're going to overbuff the Barb. I don't think so. I heard the Druid's really weak. I don't even want to play it after watching like 10 seconds of someone else play it. So we'll check out all the classes when the game launches, of course, because why not? But I think there's enough there, but hopefully they add more classes in the future. And so I'm kind of like with the Necro coming out, I'm like, okay, thank God, I've got something I can start with. And then just do as much as I can to feed the account. And then see what else is coming up in the future. For group play, I probably would be looking at the Barbarian for myself for all the buffs and stuff like that. We got to make him as tanky as possible, and then go for the buffs for the group. There's good buffs already on the Barbarian. So Diablo 4, is it a worthy successor to Diablo 3 after 11 years or whatever? I believe it is, and another thing about it is, we know, based on what they said, that no, they're not going to do what they did to Diablo 3. Diablo 3, they came out with the game, they came out with Reaper of Souls, which was great, and then they pretty much left the frickin' game for dead. They eventually started seasons, but Jesus Christ. Diablo 3 basically got left for dead, and they're not going to do that with this game. This game is going to be maintained and kept relevant throughout forever, whatever, in terms of gaming, forever. So I'm very happy about that they are going to fully support this game. They're going to properly, hopefully, respond to feedback and be very thoughtful before they make changes to this game. Be very thoughtful. Don't just listen to the squeaky wheels, stuff like that. So I think that Diablo 4 is definitely a worthy successor to Diablo 3, and I can't wait to play this game, and I'm not touching Diablo 3 between now and then. I haven't touched Diablo 3 in a long time. I've been there, done that, thousands and thousands of hours of Diablo 3 before, and I just don't want to play it again. So the only other ARPG that I'm playing right now, isometric ARPG, is Last Epic. And other than that, I don't really have much to do between now and launch. So again, another reason why I'm really looking forward to this. We got Starfield coming up. We got a deep dive in June for Starfield. I think so far from what I've seen on Starfield, and they're going to have to prove me wrong, Starfield looks like No Man's Sky, but with a lot more dialogue. And that's not a nice thing to say. So I want to be very negative and then see if they can prove me wrong. We'll find out during the deep dive, providing what time it's on. I'll do a full stream coverage, live coverage on that. And then luckily, Starfield's been delayed till September. So that gives me time to really sink into Diablo 4 after it launches in June. So perfect timing this year for me. And so we will be playing, streaming Diablo 4 this year, making videos when I can, and we'll be playing and streaming, obviously, Starfield, and we'll probably be making a lot of guides for Starfield. Because, they always put frickin' puzzles and stuff like that in that game. Okay, so thanks, guys. I probably missed something here. This is just kind of final thoughts on Diablo 4. Just some final thoughts. I think once they fix the lag issues, it's a go. It's a go. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. It's a great hack and slash. You work hard, come home at the end of the day, you pop open a beer, and you want to kill some mobs. You want to kill some mobs and work on your build. I believe you're going to be able to do that in this game. I like the world tier system as well. Everything scales. You do a dungeon. You run into a dungeon at level 6, it's a level 6 dungeon. You run into a dungeon at level 13, it's a level 13 dungeon. So that scales. The rewards should scale. Stuff like that. I'm okay with how everything's working in this game. I don't over expect anything, so I think it's going to be pretty good, and just going to get hyped for it. And then just wait for the day to come. I'll guarantee you, all the negative Nancy's for Diablo 4, there's going to be millions of people playing this game. Now, my understanding is it's cross-platform, so I will be able to what? I don't do this. I don't know. I get to play with people I know who play on the PlayStation. Is that how this works? If that's true, I mean, it's crazy. We got to make clans and guilds, and we are going to have to do group play. At some point, we need to do group play in this game. So I'm looking forward to that as well, as long as it's not overdone. And like I said, world bosses, get out of here. I don't care. Don't care about world bosses. I don't care at all. It's just people dancing around the edges hoping not to get one-shots. Terrible. Okay, so that's it for today. Thanks, guys. And that'll be it for Diablo 4 coverage for me, unless they come out with some articles, some really good articles that I need to cover. Then we'll cover those articles, okay? Thanks, guys. Hope to see you again in the future. Have a great day.